Welcome back to the program. Let's go live to the former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Shadow Cabinet Secretary Andrew Wallace. Andrew, what do you make of the disappointing news out of Canada? The President's heading back to Washington sooner than we thought, and the Prime Minister's meeting won't happen now.
Well, of course, it is very disappointing, Kieran, and it does go to some part to show just how the relationship between Donald Trump and Anthony Albanese has been let go, I think. The relationship, okay, he may have had 3 phone calls with the President, but the President's been in for 7 months now, and the Prime Minister hasn't been over to Washington to see him. I think that this is perhaps demonstrating that there's a bit of a problem there, and that's concerning for all Australians, I think. And we've got a huge issue that we need to resolve in relation to the US's commitment to AUKUS with the review that was announced last week. And of course, we've got the unanswered issue with the tariffs that we were hoping to clear up. So it is very, very disappointing. The Prime Minister should have invested more time and more effort into getting a face-to-face meeting with the President long before the G7 in Canada, in my view.
Susan Lee has said that the Prime Minister, I'll read you a little of her statement. She said the Prime Minister should have been more proactive in seeking to strengthen this relationship with the US, Australia's most important, and we encourage him to change his approach to advance our national interest. But isn't he doing that by being where he is? He's flown across the world to try and make it happen.
Yeah, 7 months after the President won office. And look, the Prime Minister has made some fairly injudicious comments about President Trump in the past. And, I hope that's not coming home to haunt him, because at the end of the day, Australians will suffer as a result because of the relationship. We want the Prime Minister to get on with President Trump. The relationship is more important than who's in the White House and who's in the lodge. But it's very, very important in these very uncertain times that relationship is rock solid. I mean, today we've just heard in Canada, and we saw a press conference between President Trump and Keir Starmer, and an announcement about the free trade agreement between those two countries. So the President was able to make time for Great Britain's Prime Minister, but not for our Prime Minister.
Yeah, but Great Britain is a member of the G7. They're there as part of those G7 talks. We're one of the invited guests. And as you conceded earlier, Andrew, it is a volatile time, a lot happening in the Middle East. We don't know what the US does next in terms of Iran, but they're quite extraordinary times. So is it too hard to be criticising the Prime Minister in that sense, too harsh, given the President clearly has got some pressing matters to try and deal with?
There's no doubt that the President has got some very serious issues to resolve and to take his attention away. And my criticism is not of the President of the US, but I think that the Prime Minister really should have gone to Washington and worked on this relationship long before today, long before going to Canada today.
When the Treasurer addresses the press club tomorrow, he said that the roundtable he will convene will be in the Cabinet room. It's not going to be a really big number of people. It's going to be very targeted, but important, he says, to try and drive reform and productivity. Do you think that this is a serious exercise? Does this give you encouragement that this will be a serious exercise in reform?
Well, I'm pleased they're having it. That's my first point. But they're pretty late to the party. I mean, I can't remember on any occasion prior to the last couple of weeks where the Treasurer has been talking about productivity. Productivity has dropped to one of its lowest points in decades in Australia under this government. I'm pleased that they're now realising that productivity has got a problem. There is a problem with productivity in Australia, but I hope it's not just well, ultimately it's going to be a very, very small group of people that are inputting into this group. And I hope that small business and business more generally is a big part of that. And it's not just a union Labor government talkfest.
Okay, Andrew Wallace, we'll see you next week. Thank you.
Authorised by Andrew Wallace, LNP, Boccarina, Queensland.